Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Rockets play the Golden State Warriors for Game 6 of the first round. Rockets season on the line tonight again. We'll see what can happen for this Houston Rockets team tonight, facing the Golden State Warriors and San Francisco Rockets. Were unable to win the two games in San Francisco. Hopefully that can change tonight, and the Rockets can get their first win on the road in these playoffs. And that would be big because, if so, you send it back to Game 7 on Sunday in Houston. And it's not often that a team is down 3-1 and gets the opportunity to have the potential Game 5 and Game 7 at home. Like, if you want to look at the last time someone was down 3-1 and came back in the series that was not in the bubble in 2016 when the Cleveland Cavaliers came back in the 3-1 series against these Golden State Warriors. The Cavs in that series, they got to play Game 6 at home in Cleveland, but Game 5 and Game 7 were games LeBron James and Kyrie Irving and the Cleveland Cavaliers had to win on the road in San Francisco. Usually in the first round or in the playoffs, if a team is up 3-1, it's usually the better seed. I'm not saying like it never happens, but, and like, for instance, the Boston Celtics, you want to talk about the Boston Celtics, they were playing the Miami Heat, and Boston was the 2 seed, I believe it was, and Miami was the 8 seed, and they were down 3-1, and so they got to have, Game 5 and Game 5 and Game 7 at their home court. But so that is one example you can go of where a team is down 3-1 and they get to have Game 5 and Game 7 at home. But that's what this Rockets team got in Game 5, getting a home game. Most of the teams, there was only 2 teams in this playoffs that were down 3-1 and got to have a Game 5 at home. You can look at the other teams, like the Pistons were down 3-1, had to go play in New York. The Bucks had to go down 3-1, had to play in Indiana. There have been a couple other, you're going to go look at Orlando. Orlando was down 3-1, had to go play in Boston. So, there's a lot of versions you can go over where a team is down 3-1 playing Game 5 on the road. Meanwhile, you got the Rockets who got to play Game 5 at home. The Lakers got that same opportunity but lost, and now they'll have to go play Game 6 on the road. But if you can win this game tonight, it definitely helps things because then Game 7 is at home. So let's go over some injury report for the Rockets. I don't think there's Jock Lando's back to out. Jae'Sean Tate is out as well. Jae'Sean Tate's not been available all series. Jock Lando did play his first game of the entire series when playing at the end of the game the other night. But so it doesn't really matter that Jock Lando or Jae'Sean Tate are out in this game tonight because they wouldn't be playing anyways. But so they are still out. But Jock was available last game and did play at the end of the game because it was a blowout. And the Warriors, their injury report's pretty clean. I don't know if Jimmy's been a game time decision the last 2 games, even though he's played. I'm not sure if he is again tonight. I'll have to check that out, but. They don't have Jimmy listed on the injury report at all. Last game, he played, and the game before that, in Game 4, Jimmy was listed as game time decision. That is not the case tonight for Jimmy Butler, so, he is good to go. I don't know if he's 100%, but he's not on the report. So you got the Warriors starting lineup. You got Steph, you got Buddy Hield, you got Draymond, Podziemski, Jimmy Butler. This will be a hard team to face, especially playing in San Francisco. The Warriors are hard to beat at home, but maybe the Rockets can do that for the first time. I think they played well through 3 quarters in Game 3, and then the Warriors and Stephen Curry mainly really just started to put on a show in Game 3. Game 4, I thought they played really good basketball up until I would say up until the 4-minute mark in Game 4 was when the Warriors started to do the fouling Steven Adams, the Hackett Adams as they call it, where Adams has to come out of the game until 2 minutes left. That's where I thought that really hurt the Rockets because they have an advantage when Steven Adams and Alperen Şengün are both on the floor, and maybe Jabari Smith Jr. is in at the 3, and Dylan. When the Rockets have that lineup of Van Vliet, Brooks, and you have 2 3-point shooters with those 2 guys, and then Jabari, another 3-point shooter, but then you have the size of Jabari, Adams, and Şengün in that same lineup, it is dangerous against this Warriors team. I mean, Jabari is the 3. When you see the Rockets have that lineup out there, Jabari is at the 3, and he's just as big as the Warriors' biggest player. Let's say Quinton Post is out there when the Rockets are doing that lineup. He's like 6'11", 7 foot. He's the same height as Jabari Smith Jr. And that's the Rockets 3 in the lineup. You got Şengün, you got Steven Adams, who are almost, Adams is 7 foot. Şengün is almost 7 foot. That is a tough lineup to play, especially for the Golden State Warriors, who do not have a lot of size. So, but there's nothing you can really do when the Warriors start to do that. How the stupid hack it out. I mean, it's smart, but it definitely hurts the Rockets because they kill the Warriors when Steven Adams is out there and Şengün is out there with him, and that's going to happen when the Warriors don't have a lot of size, like they don't. And but I think you need Adams to play a lot in this game. You need Şengün to play well. I think you need Jabari Smith Jr. to play well. You really need all the guys to play well. I'm not going to say anything about Jalen Green because I at this point I doubt it with him, especially on the road in San Francisco against a team that he's played good against. But Jalen Green doesn't play well. That shouldn't be an excuse for this team to win. They kicked butt. Jalen didn't play that well. He shot 3 for 8 with 11 points in Game 5. They have good enough players to step up if Jalen Green's not going to step up. So you look at the way Fred has played the last 2 games, the way Amen Thompson has played the last 2 games, mainly Game 5, the way Dillon Brooks has played. If Jabari Smith Jr. can step up the way Şengün's played in the series, most of the series, the Rockets should be able to win this game, even if Jalen Green doesn't play well. So I don't think... Look, I think that maybe Game 1, you can look at that loss and Jalen Green playing bad. That can hurt you. That hurts you. Game 1 loss when Jalen Green played terrible. That hurt this team. But if you look at it, if you look at it, there are too many guys that are playing way better now that weren't at the beginning of the series. Fred, Amen, and so there are too many guys that are playing way better basketball now compared to Game 1 of this series. So there is no excuse if the Rockets lose this game tonight and Jalen Green doesn't play well, because you've had other guys who have really started to improve the way they've played in this series as the series has gone on. Fred, Amen, Dillon Brooks, those type of guys. But I want to say this. I said this at the end of or at the beginning of my preview for Game 5. I am proud of this team regardless of what happens tonight. Loss, season's over. I'm proud of this team. Am I going to be happy that their season is over? No, but I'm still going to be really proud of what this team has accomplished this year compared to years in the past. But when I know I'm confident in this team going home Game 7, it's going to be tough. Steph has a good track record in Game 7. So outside of that one finals loss in Game 7, Steph has been pretty good in Game 7s in his career. So I think that it would be a tough task for this Rockets team, but being back at home definitely makes it feel sweeter for Game 7 in Houston if it potentially happens. But in order for the Rockets to play good tonight, you need Alperen Şengün to play better basketball. He played great the other game. He just wasn't as aggressive in the second half, especially since he played less. You need Amen Thompson, Fred VanVleet, and Dillon Brooks to do all the things they did in Game 5. And if the Rockets can do that, they will win this game tonight, and we will be talking about Game 7 Sunday night, which will be... Funny thing, Rockets, when they played Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals, it was a Sunday night as well. So they'd be back-to-back. It'd be back-to-back. That might have been a Monday night, but I want to say it was Sunday night. I could be wrong. But I want to say it was a Sunday night that the Rockets faced I know it was a holiday weekend, but I want to say it was a Sunday night when the Rockets, but it could have been Monday when the Rockets played the Warriors in Game 7. So, I think that this Rockets team has what it takes to win. All these games have been close. All the losses have been close. The Rockets, yes, the Game 1, they were down 23, but came back, made it a 2-point game or 3-point game. Game 2 wasn't really close because the Rockets kicked their butts. Game 3 was close. Game 4 was really close all game. Game 5 wasn't close, but that was in the Rockets' favor. So all the games that have been close have been in the Rockets' favor. So all their losses have been close losses, very close, good games. So you expect if the Rockets' season is going to end tonight, they're going to fight for it. Let me know your thoughts on the Houston Rockets Game 6 in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.